Hello. The thing that is coming up for me right now in this TEDx application journey is something that maybe you can relate to. It's one of those things that comes up for me periodically. I think it's a normal feeling and emotion, but it's that, who am I to give a TED Talk? What thing do I really have to say that's important? Who am I to think I can write a book? As I'm putting in these applications, a question is, what makes you an authority on this topic? And I have a lot of failures under my belt, so that alone makes me an authority on this topic. And when I work with clients, I know something that comes up pretty often is, past failures that keep us out of action, or fear of future failures that also keep us out of action. So I see it with clients, I see it in myself. And even this question that I'm telling you is coming up in my mind. Who am I to give a TED Talk? Who am I to write a book? It's like, will I be a failure? What if I apply to 20 places? That's my goal, end of April, apply to 20 places. But what if I do that and here I am publicly telling all of you that this is what I'm doing? And what if I do this and I don't get it? Because that could happen. There's so many questions on this application that have me doubting myself. Like, what research have you done? And then it's like, oh my God, I'm just really starting the research process. Is that enough? Am I enough of a expert? Am I enough? It gets at a big question, right? Lots of people have written books on that particular topic. So that's what I'm thinking about. It's that that tension, and I know that I am worthy of putting this out there in the world. And I know it wouldn't be in my heart to do if I wasn't worthy of doing it, right? There's that piece of it too. So I'm putting this out there to all of you because this is fear of failure. And I want to show you, and I want you to know that I have fear of failure. But I'm moving forward anyway. And, I want to model the good behavior I'm asking everyone to have. And yesterday I was talking with my brother-in-law, and he is training for a 100-mile ultra marathon race. And it's in May, and he's never done 100 miles before. So he doesn't yet know if he can do it. And he's run a marathon before, and he knows he can do that. And he's got a lot of hours each week under his belt of running, which is pretty great. But there's that tension, which makes it interesting. That tension between, can I do it? I don't know. I've never done it before. And I think that that's the hardest place, where we take that leap, where we say, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try, and I'm going to go after it. And I'm just going to see what happens, right? It's that simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. And it is what I ask of myself. It's what I ask of my clients. And I don't want to act like it's not a big deal. Because the growth doesn't happen in those comfortable moments. The growth happens in these places that feel really icky. Like, I woke up this morning, like all day yesterday, I felt not great. And I don't mean physically, I'm getting a little teary here. I don't mean physically not great, I mean emotionally not great. Because it's that place of fear of failure, fear of publicly putting this shit out there to all of you and wondering whether or not I am actually worthy and wondering whether or not I can actually do it. And, I saw someone yesterday and she was very kind and she said that I'm inspiring people, but it's funny. It just like, I don't know that that's necessarily true. Maybe I'm sparking something in you that feels familiar. And I want to share it because I know that this is something that we all encounter and deal with and feel. It's the ick. And the growth is in the ick. Ugh, right? So I wanted to share with you how I'm feeling about this process. Like, for instance, yesterday I recorded a video of my elevator pitch of my big idea. I mentioned that when I popped on to give an update. And it's that, all right, I've seen 2 examples of what this looks like, and I know mine doesn't measure up to what I've seen. Is it going to be enough to land it? I don't know. I know it falls short of what I've already seen. But I'm going to try and I'm going to put it out there anyway because it's mine. And that felt scary and icky. But I did learn something in the recording. I mean, I just sat in front of my phone and recorded in a video saying over and over the message that I wanted to get across until I felt like, it was like record 30 seconds in. Nope, not right. Hit record again, hit record again, hit record again, until I got it close to what I wanted it to sound like. And oftentimes, done is better than done perfectly. I mean, I could be sitting on that and doing it over and over and over again and trying to get it exactly perfect until I thought it was something that measured up. I could have been working on that forever. So I didn't. I just went through. But this is how I'm feeling about it. And I want to take you through my process of moving not past, but through the fear of failure. And sitting with it, knowing that is a piece of this. But like, I'm acknowledging it. I'm naming it. And I'm feeling it and taking action anyway. Like, the whole point of this talk that I'm trying to give is that fear of failure doesn't feel good. But if you let it keep you out of action, it wins. And then you have to deal with regret, which feels even worse. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather move through the discomfort and the ickiness and get to that place of like, oh yeah, like at least I tried. At least I put it out there. All right, so I'm 3 applications in. I'm gonna find some more to apply to today, put some more applications in today. I hope I have a good enough answer for the what makes you an authority and what research have you done. Oh my God, yesterday, one of the questions on the application was, how do you measure success? Not How do you measure success when you give a talk? Not specific. How do you measure success? What a bullshit question. Like, just want to put that out there, because in my opinion, different things call for different measurements of success. So it depends on what I'm doing, on whether or not something is successful. For instance, this goal to get a TED Talk, well, if I don't get the TED Talk, I would consider it unsuccessful. Naming it, measuring it. All right, you don't hit the target, you got to go back to the drawing board, right? But it just, and that doesn't mean you don't learn something along the way, but call it what it is. So yeah, that's, those are the types of things that I'm dealing with. When does fear of failure come up for you? I'm really curious. And do you let it keep you out of inaction? If you do, we should maybe talk. I can help you with that, I think. Okay. Thanks for listening. Really curious to hear if this is something that resonates with you and what you do with it when this comes up. When these feelings come up of like, who am I to write a book? Who am I to apply to a TED Talk? Who am I to go for that job? What do you do with it? I want to know. Let me know. Let's chat. Talk to you soon.